The elite of Ednorth were all there, including the Moss family, due to their close business ties. Across the glittering ballroom, Hazel spotted me immediately. Dressed in a virginal white gown, she glided over, her smile as sharp as a knife. "Enjoy the party, Carmen," she whispered. "Tonight will be the most humiliating night of your life." I remembered this banquet well from my last life. It was when she had first met Alexander. He had taken one look at her, frowned in disgust, and told her to get lost in front of everyone. She had shamelessly clung to him, declaring herself his future wife. He had kicked her away without a second thought. But I was reborn too. I knew how her story ended, and I had already charted a different course. Hazel was waiting for me, to suffer the same humiliation she did. She was in for a surprise, but she was about to be disappointed. Just before Alexander was to make his grand entrance, I intercepted him in a private study. It was our first meeting. He stood a full head taller than me, his strikingly handsome face cold and unapproachable. Tusk, so he really wasn't easy to approach. I handed him a document. "I know you've acquired a new project but are unsure how to proceed. This is my proposal. I guarantee it will be profitable. I may have grown up in an orphanage with only a high school education, but I possessed a sharp business mind. In my last life, Brad Moss became a tycoon precisely because I was the strategist behind the scenes." "How did you know about this project?" he asked. He took the file and flipped through the pages. "In my last life, that project had been Brad's. He treated me well then, so I gave him the plan that secured the deal. This time, without me helping him, it had fallen into Alexander's lap. I did my research," I said with a faint smile. "Mr. Moreland, I can prepare proposals like this for you regularly. On one condition. In public, we play the part of a family. In private, we lead separate lives." Alexander was a businessman first. Profit was his ultimate motivator. If I could prove my usefulness, he would reassess my value. Just as I expected. Him to agree, he raised an eyebrow. "I see. You want to trade your cooperation for a safe harbor." Then his tone shifted, becoming almost teasing. "But didn't my mother tell you? She didn't adopt a daughter. She was shopping for a daughter-in-law." "I'm aware." "So, what's your point?" I asked, confused. A faint smile touched his lips as he closed the folder. "This plan is excellent. Once you marry me, every idea you have will naturally belong to me anyway." With that, he turned and walked away. I stood frozen, his words echoing in my mind. What did he mean by that? Did he actually want to marry me? No, that was impossible. He just wanted to secure a lifetime of free proposals. That had to be it. When I entered the grand hall, Mrs. Moreland immediately took my arm, proudly, introducing me to the assembled elders. "This is my future daughter-in-law. Isn't she lovely? So gentle and well-mannered." A chorus of polite praise followed. From across the room, I felt Hazel's gaze burning into me. Standing beside Brad, her eyes were dark pools of resentment. Clutching her wineglass, she strode over and addressed Mrs. Moreland with false concern. "Mrs. Moreland, Alexander has only just returned home. Has Carmen even met him? How can you be so sure he's agreed to this?" She had already made a terrible impression at the